And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Baltimore Orioles.
And now, please welcome.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. About to get started here. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Zach Eflin. What do we have on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
The other way, makes the catch, 1 down. Take a look at the lineup, and it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game, but can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Here comes Christian Yelich, the MVP in 2018, the runner-up in 2019. That clips a corner.
0-1.
This one in the air. O'Hearn under it. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's 2 down.
Batting third, catcher, William Contreras.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the Brewers catcher now, William Contreras. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. First pitch doesn't find the zone. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup,
And he's got it in right field for the 3rd out, so that'll do it. On to the bottom of the 1st. No score. Back here in Baltimore, and towing the slab in this one, Freddie Peralta. What do you got on him, Chris?
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe 2nd, 3rd time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Check swing, and he went. Strike 1.
It's 0-1.
Peralta, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. And that one is inside. Next offering is downstairs. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Left field. Frelick gets under it, and he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. The 0-1.
Strike 2.
Ball 1 there. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Mitchell fires it in. Runner stops at second, and the first two reach to start the inning.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
First and second, no outs. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. Close one,
ball.
doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
And another
That's a ball.
ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
And that's outside.
3-0.
No outs, runners at first and second. And that'll load
Take
the
your baseball,
bases.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
So bases all loaded up. And here is Ryan Mountcastle. Golden opportunity right here. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games, so I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Next offering upstairs.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
.3-0 down. Ball 4,
That's low.
and
Ball
a
4.
run comes in to score.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Bases loaded, nobody out. So next to hit for Baltimore, Tyler O'Neill. Now a check
That's high,
swing,
that's a
but he
ball.
held up. The pitch. Check
Hey.
swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1-1.
And that
That
misses.
missed. That's a ball.
And that's ball 2.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Swings and misses. And the count is even, 2-2. And that's
Ball.
down and away.
Well, Boog, early on in this one, having a
Got
hard
full
time
count.
getting settled in. He's not showing control to throw strikes, and let alone to throw it where he wants in the strike zone. This could be a tough one for him.
This one in the air, center field. Mitchell sizes this one up, squeezes it. Runners tag up from second and third. The relay, he makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only 1 out.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Now it's the right fielder, Colton Cowser. And that is out of play. First inning going a bit long, 23 pitches to this point. Strike 2.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a
0-2.
pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Two on, 1 out. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And that's
1 ball, 2
downstairs and
strikes.
outside. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Fights it off. He'll see another. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That one ran
2-2.
inside, almost got him. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike, you go after him and finish him off.
That hits the
Count
dirt.
full.
3 balls, 2 strikes. About to see the 11th pitch of the at-bat here. And they're all loaded up.
When you go that deep into an at-bat, the hitter usually comes out on top.
So up next, Cedric Mullins. Now here's a flare off the bat. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Batting 8, third baseman.
All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. And next for the Orioles, Jordan Westberg. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit. Likely will score 2. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Swing and a miss as he was out
0-2.
front. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. He's under it. Brings it in, and that's the 3rd out. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. Second inning coming up from Baltimore. It's the Orioles 2 and the Brewers nothing. Back now at Oriole Park. Second inning set to go. Here's the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. Eflin back to work. Right through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. He circles the bases. It's 2-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Sal Frelick up now for the Brewers. Just
That's down.
missed.
That's the ball.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Frelick, a former Gold Glove winner, 24 years old, and he's usually in right, today starting in left. Swing and a ground ball, and he takes it himself for the out.
Batting 6, first baseman.
And here is Hoskins. Hoskins pushes it foul. Swinging a foul straight back. One out, base is empty. That one misses. Now 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. On the ground. Makes a sliding stop. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out.
Just so impressed with the movement on that play. Footwork was excellent. The arm strength was there. And, of course, the most important part was getting the out.
Next for the Brewers, Oliver Dunn. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning. Next for Milwaukee, Joseph Ortiz. Right through there for a strike. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. Next offering is fouled back. Dunn, the runner at first with 2 gone. The shortstop takes the ball. Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. But the Brewers get one back on the solo home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. And stepping in is the speedy Jackson Holiday. Outside low. And that is ball 1. Singy, he wasn't real sharp in the first, got hit around, but really more so, didn't throw a ton of strikes.
Well, he's just got to find a way to settle down. He was clearly fighting himself out there, not really finding the strike zone, walking batters. So we'll see if he can get back on track and fill up the zone a little bit more. Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
At the plate, Gunnar Henderson singled and scored his first time. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Fouled off left side.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Oh, 0-2 now. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. A 2-run homer, and they add to their lead. It's 4-1.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in a spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Adley Rutschman now at the plate. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Pitch misses,
1-0.
and that's ball 1.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Next offering in there for a strike. And it's a ball and a strike.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Just missed. Next offering way off the plate.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame. Bottom half of inning number 2. Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Oh, man, just locked him up with that slider, even though it caught a lot of the zone. And I think that tells you all you need to know about what he was looking for in the box, and it clearly was not that pitch.
O'Hearn in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Next pitch is outside. They say it went.
2-2.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Gets a piece and stays alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he froze him with the changeup right there, and I think he was so geared up for fastball. Once he recognized that it was off speed, he just wasn't able to make an adjustment. So a really good strikeout, and pitcher just won the battle.
Mountcastle stands in now and watches strike 1. And that one fouled off. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Baltimore with a 2-run shot this inning. It's now a 4-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. This is Bryce Terang. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Mullins in pursuit. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, right fielder.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Jackson Chourio, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1. First pitch misses.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Here, what?
He swings and fouls one off.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And out of here. That one felt good. It's 4-2.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
So one out, nobody on. And now it'll be Christian Yelich. Grounds one to short. Henderson. Yelich is out.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
And now it's William Contreras. He's 0 for 1.
He is a talented player. His big brother Wilson has voiced that his little brother may end up being better than he is.
Gets the outside corner with that one.
0-1.
Off the
Ball,
mark there.
outside.
And 1-1. Just
Ball
missed.
outside.
Hit on the ground to short. Throws to first. And that is the inning. Brewers move closer with this blast. It's now 4-2. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Baltimore, here's the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Well, he's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
0-1.
Well, I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
There's a strike. On the ground right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Orioles.
Tough game for him so far, Boog. Another hit, and they've just been knocking him around through the first 2+. He's got to get things back on track, maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
Man at first, nobody out. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Walked his first time. A little out front there as he swings through it.
You know,
Zero
these
balls, one strike.
Orioles doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
And takes low for ball 1.
1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And it's even
low.
up.
That's a
Really
ball.
good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That one down the line,
foul.
and foul ball. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Got him swinging. Now at the plate, Cedric Mullins. 0 for 1 so far. Hit in the air right field, and that one way back there, and that is way gone. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 6-2. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
1 out, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Jordan Westberg. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Snags it for the second out.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning going. And here comes the Brewers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. That does it for Freddie Peralta. And this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. They hand the ball over to a new arm, Tyler Alexander.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And now the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. He's already homered here in this one. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
No balls, 1 strike.
Holiday off of first with 2 away. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
Good job to fight that one off. Two outs.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pitch misses
2-2.
there. Ball 2. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Mitchell tracks it down for the out. But 2 come across to score in the inning courtesy of this 2-run homer. Now a 6-2 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now at Oriole Park as we go to the top of the 4th. Now the Brewers cleanup hitter, Garrett Mitchell. That one missed. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things.
And meanwhile, this a fair ball down the left field line. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit. And you had a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip. So digging in, Sal Frelick. That's in there. And that's strike one. And that one hammered. That's back there. And it bangs off the foul pole. Home run. He flexes his power with that swing, and they cut into the lead. It's 6-4.
That swing just injected more drama into this one. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. Hoskins pushes it foul. And a foul ball. Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning. Top half of inning number 4. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after him.
And the batter now, Oliver Dunn. First pitch doesn't find the zone. One down, base is empty. On the ground, out to short. Fires in time. So Singy, a close play at first, worthy of another look with StatCast.
That was an absolute heater, and you just don't see that type of velocity coming across the diamond every day. Only the best infield arms in baseball reach 90 miles per hour, and he needed all of it to get that out. Bang, bang play.
Up now for Milwaukee, Joseph Ortiz. The shortstop takes the ball.
1 ball, no strikes.
That one fouled off. That misses the zone, and it's 2-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's a 2-2. And they'll do it again. Now.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
And he walked him.
That's ball
It wasn't
four. Take
easy,
your base.
but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
2 outs, runner at first. And now Bryce Terang, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Sinker catches the zone at the knees. Ortiz off of first with 2 away. Eflin a move to first, and he's back in easily. That one pushed to the left and foul. Cut on and lifted in the air. Mullins settles under it. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now a 6-4 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Adley Rutschman. And that one is in for a strike.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
This one lifted in the air, left field. Frelick pulls it down, and there's one down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Gets under it and pops it up. Ortiz pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. Here he is in a spot where he makes most of his money against left-handed pitching. Line drive, and that's just foul.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you've got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
And a foul ball. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Nabs it, and that will end the inning. And the Orioles leave one. They're up 6-4. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, Jackson Chourio. Eflin back to work. Hard hit, right side. O'Hearn steps on the bag, and a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Christian Yelich.
And now it's Christian Yelich. 0 for 2 in this one. Yelich, 33 years old. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Tap foul at the plate. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Next to hit, William Contreras.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
And first offering is fouled off. Ground ball right side. Holiday sends it to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Orioles 6 and the Brewers 4. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's going to be Colton Cowser. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. Brian Hudson up and throwing. Ashby getting cranked up as well. And there's a foul ball. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. So up next, Jordan Westberg. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
First pitch, and he just misses. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think...
Runner takes off. There's a ball. Throw. Save. One out and a runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. Pickoff throw. Mullins back on a dive. Little chopper rolls foul. Mullins, the runner at second with 1 away. Next offering is in for a strike. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. Fights it off. He'll see another. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Ground ball left side. Fair ball. Mullins headed home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 3.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Jackson Holiday will hit next. He's 2 for 2. First
That's a
offering,
ball.
and it
That's
just
inside.
misses. Popped up. Makes the catch for the out. 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. Gunnar Henderson digs in now. He's already homered in this game. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Dunn sizing this one up, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 7-4 ball game.
Center fielder, Garrett Mitchell.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Foul ball still 0-2. And ball 1. Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And a good start to the inning.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Sal Frelick now at the plate. That's in there. Strike 1.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Eflin keeping an eye on him. Here comes the 0-1. Fought off foul. Nobody out. Runner at first. Going to count 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Off the mark there, and a count now even up.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Hoskins in the box now. No balls and a strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses.
That's a ball.
Safe
Hey,
at
he beat it
second, and he easily steals the bag. Mitchell leads off second with one gone in the inning. Outside.
No, that's out.
It's 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
So 2 down now, and here is Oliver Dunn. 1 for 2. And that's a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Check on the runner, and he's back in safely.
Hey.
Misses,
No,
and a count 1-2. And that's
2-2.
outside. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. So 1 hit is all they get. 2, 3, 4, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Orioles 7 and the Brewers 4. Bottom of the 6th. Now it's going to be Adley Rutschman. That to right. Makes the grab, 1 away.
Now batting. First
And here's the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. First pitch swinging. Action in the pen down there.
0-1.
Brian Hudson appears to be getting loose. Ashby, the power lefty, up as well. One down, base is empty. There's a strike. And that's downstairs. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
1-2.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch misses
the ball.
there. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Goes down looking.
now batting. The designated
2 outs,
hitter.
base is empty. And next is the designated hitter, Ryan Mountcastle. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Safe at first, and an infield single keeps the inning going.
Definitely a tough play right there, and he had a little trouble on the transfer. Didn't seem to be able to get the grip and get rid of it, and that made all the difference.
Stepping in, Tyler O'Neill. Cut on and missed. Good changeup right there. And it's 0-1. Just missed.
That's down.
That one not close. And it's 2-1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
2-2's the count.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And that's outside.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
And he can't come up with it. Still manages a throw.
He's in there.
The throw is late, and they come away without an out. First and second, 2 outs. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Check swing, called strike. Two on, 2 outs. Strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. We're through 6 full. It's the Orioles 7 and the Brewers 4.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Andrew Kittredge.
Andrew Kittredge.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Joseph Ortiz. He is struck out, and he is walked. The Brewers in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
First pitch just misses. And that's in there for a strike. Little slider that finds the mark.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
The shortstop takes the ball. On the ground, right side. On to O'Hearn. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Now it's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. And it's fouled away. The Brewers trailing by 3 here in the top half of inning number 7. That one catches the zone. 0-2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Yennier Cano is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Aiken, a left-hander, also throwing. One down, base is empty. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Lifted in the air out to left. Henderson on his way over. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
2 down, base is empty. And now, Jackson Chourio. And that one wrapped foul. Swing and a miss as he was late.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Brewers go down quietly, and they're on the wrong end of a 7-4 score. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Brian Hudson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And into the box for Baltimore, Cedric Mullins. This one in the air, right field. Chourio sizes this one up. Hauls it in for the out.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Third baseman,
Jordan Westberg, the next to hit for the Orioles. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
And that's
No,
off
that missed. That's
the
a ball.
inside edge. And the count is 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Ground ball to the right side. And he handles it himself for the out.
now batting, second baseman, Jackson Holiday.
And the batter now, Jackson Holiday. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. And that's fouled off. Struck him out looking. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. They hold a 7-4 lead. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Keegan Aiken.
Now pitching for the Orioles, number 45, Keegan Aiken.
Now it's Christian Yelich. 0 for 3 in this one.
Designated hitter, Christian Yelich.
Ball one low.
Missed. That's a ball.
Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Felix Bautista is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
This to third. On to O'Hearn. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the eighth.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Aiken in his fifth season, 29 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2016. Contreras,
Nope.
the next to hit, takes ball one. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. High fly ball, right field. Cowser has a beat on it. Brings it in. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for Milwaukee.
2 outs, base is empty. Garrett Mitchell up now for the Brewers.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
The Orioles leading by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. Started after it, appeal to third, and he won around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Leading off, Gunnar Henderson. Hudson back to work. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. Pulls in with a double. Third hit for him today.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Now the catcher up to hit. Adley Rutschman, a switch hitter batting right. And that is downstairs.
Ball.
And it's 1-0. Man at second. There's a strike.
1-1.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
O'Hearn batting with one down, takes a strike.
0-1.
There's a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one outside, and a count 1-2. One out and a runner at second. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Gets the out, 2 down after the strikeout. No advance, good job behind the dish. Ryan Mountcastle, the next to hit for the Orioles. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
No balls, 1 strike.
Runner at second, 2 down. Runner breaks for third. That's in for a strike. Two outs. And that is a good
ball.
eye on a pitch down low. And that's ball 1.
1-2.
Smoked on the ground a second. Fires over to Hoskins. That's the inning. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Felix Bautista.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
And a first offering a fastball for a strike.
0-1.
Liner, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for Milwaukee.
And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Just
No, that's
missed.
outside. Ball.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
And another ball.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
Next pitch misses.
Ball.
3 balls, no strikes.
Well, knowing that this hitter's got holes in his swing, because he's got so much power, pitcher still can get a little too tight, afraid to make a mistake.
And that one misses
ball 4.
outside.
Take
It's
your
ball
base.
4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now, Oliver Dunn. 1 for 3. Fastball for a strike. Tying run at the plate. In the dirt. 1-1. And there's a ball.
2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The tying run at the plate. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. He flips it to second in time. How about that double play?
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So they're down to their final out. Next for the Brewers, Joseph Ortiz. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Two outs and a runner at third here at the top of the ninth. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. Base hit and a run in to score.
Well done. Drives in the run. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And now here is Bryce Terang. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Ortiz leads off first with 2 down to the inning. They're down to their final strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
1 strike away. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, this was a fun game all the way around. We saw plenty of action. 12 runs total on the board, but a pretty close finish at the end.
A 7-5 final score in this one as the Orioles win this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.